In there, another dozen in there, about 3 dozen in there. I'm gonna have to take some to the guys today. Got some ribs in there. What's up, little boy? Let's go outside and see what Debbie's doing. Oh, you know what? I haven't watered the garden yet. Whoa! Not bad. Get this watered real quick, and then I'll get over to where Debbie's at. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Getting some water on these raised beds that I just made. Hopefully we can grow something in this fall garden. I got 2 raised beds here, 1 raised bed next door. Chickens are doing good. Be over there in just a minute with Debbie. Get this out of the way real quick. Got some cucumbers, zucchini, broccoli, carrots, cilantro. Over here I got some watermelon, cantaloupe, and a couple tomato plants. See how they do. I don't know, it might be a little too late to do the melons. They take a little bit longer, but I know what will grow right now for our area is the cucumbers, zucchini, broccoli, carrots, and cilantro. I already, what do you call it? Yeah, that. Already got them germinated. That's that snake. So I germinated them in the paper towels and plastic paper towels and Ziploc baggies. Then I planted them last week, so probably take about 2 weeks for the sprouts to start coming out. Oh, it's loud over here. Debbie working hard like always. Faith's hiding in the corner. Ducks are doing great. Gotta clean their water. How often do you change their pool?
Every other day or every 3 days.
Either every other day or every 3 days, change the pool water. Keep them in some fresh water. There's the chickens. What's up, chicky chick? The girls are giving us about half a dozen eggs a day, 5, 6 eggs a day. So we're doing good on that. What's up, girls? It's cooling off now, so they'll start laying more eggs. I want to get some meat birds in about a month, maybe. 1st of October or 1st of November. There's the little boxes. We're getting, let's see, probably 4 or 5 duck eggs a day too. Tell you, if you've never had duck eggs, you got to try them. Duck eggs are like much larger than the chicken eggs, and then I don't know how to explain it. Maybe creamy. It tastes more creamy. Sometimes you'll get a double yolk. Turkeys, it seemed like we always got a double yolk out of the turkeys. We got rid of the turkeys. They became just a pain in the rear end. So no more turkeys. Just got the ducks and the chickens, and we're going to get some meat birds in about a month. Hey Brian, how you doing? Welcome in. Debbie's doing all of her chores right now. I don't know what Grace up to. Chasing the ducks, I don't know. Careful, duckies. Sweat out. Faith better be careful. She's gonna bust your butt. Oh, that's her duck. That's why she's catching that. What's up, Freddie? That's Freddie Mercury right there from Queen. Got Michael Jackson. The two light collared ones here is George Jones and Tammy Wynette. Michael Jackson. Let's see who we got. Can't remember the other ones. That's Crip. Call him Crip because he got crippled whenever he was just a small one. He had to make a splint for his whatever that foot's called. Mama duck. Oh, that's daddy duck. Mama duck over there. All them nice collars. Getting me wet, girl. That's why. How you doing? Cleaning the duck pens and chicken pens. Trying to get caught up on chores. Went out to the RV show today, this morning. Checked out some new RVs. Wanted to just check in here at the homestead. Catch up on everything. Starting next week, videos will be coming out about starting next Monday on my Sturgis trip. I went to Sturgis, South Dakota. Been a couple of weeks up there. So I've got the motorcycle rally. I took a friend up who had never been there before, so him and I rode up together. He just got him a new motorcycle, so we rode up together and let him enjoy the whole experience. Took him around to Mount Rushmore to see the presidents on the mountain. Took him over to Crazy Horse. That was really neat. I really had a good time too. I've been there probably 20 times in my life, and I'm going to say this was my favorite trip. And I've enjoyed a lot of trips up there. So we did Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore. We went to Keystone, a town called Lead or Lead. I don't know how you say it. L-E-A-D. And Rapid City. Yeah, I'm coming over here. Getting out of your way, baby. So anyways, there's about 5 or 6 different little towns all around there in the Black Hills of South Dakota. That's going to be October's videos and first part of November. Got car shows coming up tomorrow and Saturday here in Henderson, Nevada. So I'll be out at the car shows. Probably go live at the car show, plus take some GoPro video. So we've gotten 5 eggs today. so far. How many duck eggs you get today?
We get 2 a day right now.
Okay, 2 a day on the duck eggs. And chickens?
3.
Only 3?
Yeah. Tammy, Jackson, and Daffy are about to start laying eggs.
Oh, really?
They got another month.
Oh, okay, so not all of them are laying yet.
Right.
Gotcha. You're getting close.
That's a grown one, that's a grown one, that's a grown one. Mommy duck's grown. So we're only getting 3 eggs and mommy duck eggs.
Okay. So only these 2 are laying eggs. The other ones are too young still yet. So we're getting 2 duck eggs a day. I don't know what the chickens' excuses are. We're only getting 3 chicken eggs a day. But I think we got 4 chickens to the big one. And then over here is, this chicken thinks he's a duck. He grew up with all the ducks. That's Nugget right there. So he gets to live with the ducks. He's a young one. These guys are probably, I don't know, I want to say they're 8 or 9 months old. Ooh, thank you. Now I can think. Yeah, so our RV is a little older, but it still runs great. Runs great. We've remodeled all the inside. You know, Debbie's put new flooring in it. We've done wallpaper. Everything looks nice in there. We've got aftermarket sofa. It's like brand new running down the highway, I'll tell you that. Anyways, we went and looked at some new ones today. Let's see. This one is paid off. The ones we looked at today are anywhere from $170,000 to about $400,000 on the ones we looked at. So that'll buy a lot of gas for that. May not be the best, but it sure does get us there in comfort.
Oh my Daffy!
All right, give you some fresh water. You guys will be over there in just a few minutes. Happier than happy can be. They love it when they got that fresh water. You'll see them get over there and just start swimming like crazy. Diving under the water.
Come on, Mommy Duck. Come on, Mommy Duck. Come on, Mommy Duck. Come on, Mommy Duck. Mommy Duck.
Oh, she's a privileged character, huh?
She's the only one that really listens. Watch.
She listens to you? Oh, here we go.
Come on, Mommy Duck.
Walk the plank.
Come on, Mommy Duck.
I can't wait to get in.
That's Crip.
That's Crip
Yep.
right there.
Oh, no, that's Pepper.
Yeah, I thought so.
Come on.
Pepper going off the high dive. Crip following in. Look at them. A little bit more water. They need a little bit deeper.
See what she's doing?
Oh, yeah.
She's prepared for the next.
She's inviting
Yeah.
Daddy Duck.
She's
Better
inviting
knock
Crip.
that off, girl.
First time he was yesterday. He got her yesterday, the first time.
Who did, Crip?
Crip did.
All right,
He's
boy.
a big boy now.
Yeah, he's a man now.
Yeah.
Look at him. Crazy duck. Got the fever now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is a family program.
Come on, Mommy Duck.
Take care, Dutch Fly. Thanks for dropping by for a minute.
Come on, Mommy Duck. Come on, Mommy.
That's why we're giving fresh water every 2 or 3 days.
Come on, Mommy Duck.
See how quick they got out of that one.
Mommy Duck.
Even though this is cleaner than any pond water or anything like that. But when they get the fresh water, they love it.
Yeah, they do. In a minute, when it gets a little fuller, they're really going to make
Oh, yeah.
wobble.
When that gets filled up, they're going to go like wild. What's up, Freddie? There we go. There we go. It's a frenzy.
Stop it.
I'm on YouTube.
Stop it.
We're live right now. Get off of that. Oh my gosh.
Stop it. Stop it.
Who's that?
That is Jackson.
Jackson, Michael Jackson. What you doing over here, boy?
Janet Jackson.
Oh, that's Janet. Sorry.
Yeah, Janet.
Sorry, Janet. We gave Michael away.
Daddy's getting him another one.
You ready to dump this water?
Yeah, here in just a second. I want to make sure they got water in the pool.
Here, let me hold that and you can go ahead and
Okay.
dump it. I can hold the water hose. I know how to do that. Hey Jerry, how's it going? Debbie's got me out here working. Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah. That's why I have my boots.
Okay.
My styling boots. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's going to need the power washer too, bud.
I like that video you did earlier, Jerry. That's pretty neat. I was really surprised to see that brand new car carrier on there. Looked like there was one brand new box car too. Hey Steve, how you doing? Yeah, about every 2 or 3 days we get to put some fresh water in here for the ducks. They love it whenever they get the fresh water. Hey, you know what a supervisor I am, right? I've been a superintendent most of my life. So I got some ideas for you. Should I just keep them to myself? Okay. Being a boss man my whole life, or most of my life, I always look around and get new ideas and want to tell other people what they should be doing. Hey Tina and Randy, how you doing? Good to see you guys. When you heading to Florida? Me and Debbie want to go. Tina and Randy's getting ready for Florida. I know, it's getting cold back there in Ohio. Well, it's not cold, but it's right around the corner, I'll tell you that. You're leaving Sunday? We still got great weather. This is the best weather of the year right now, so we're going to stick around for a couple of months. Let's see, it's going to be 86 today. And then starting tomorrow, we're going to be back in the 90s for about a week.
Power washer's going on.
What's that? Are you turning the power washer back on? And then we'll be back in the 80s after that for the rest of the month. To the 1st of November, and then 1st of November, it will be probably in the 70s. So we got great weather. You're right about that, Steve. Boy, Debbie sure doesn't act like we've got a water shortage out here in Nevada. Don't worry, honey, you're nothing compared to these casinos and how much water they go through with all their outdoor swimming pools and water shows. What's that? What happened? Yeah, Debbie's trying to give ducks away. She said, let everybody know that we can hatch some eggs for you. Yeah, she loves all these ducks. She got rid of 6 of them last month. I couldn't believe it. And the 2 turkeys. So, got rid of 8 of these furry animals, feathered animals. Down to 5 chickens.
Got 4 chickens in a nugget.
This is her favorite chicken. That's Nugget right there. He gets to live with the ducks. I think they're laying their eggs in these boxes here. And we got a box over there. So the turkeys are laying their, not turkeys, I'm sorry, the ducks are laying their eggs over here. They've got another box over here. Even got an area up there, I don't know. Debbie's the one who comes and gets all the eggs, so I'm not sure. And the chickens got the upstairs and the downstairs boxes. I don't know if they're laying any in these over here or not. Those are fake eggs over in that one. I was in the kitchen earlier whenever I first started the video showing all the eggs we have. We've got probably about 7 dozen eggs in there right now. I'm going to take a couple dozen down to my meeting, give them away. And we got a couple neighbors over here that, I better quit leaning on stuff. I'm going to break things. It's going to make me fix that. Anyways, I'll probably give a couple dozen away today. Then we got a couple neighbors that we really like that we give eggs to. We're getting 2 duck eggs a day. There's only two females that are old enough to produce eggs. All these little black ones and a couple of the brown ones, they're real young. All those guys over there are young. And that chicken's too young. Out of these 4 chickens, we're only getting 3 eggs a day. But it's just now starting to cool down a little bit, so they'll start laying pretty soon.
When he gets to the age, I'm out there with him in this pen.
Debbie and Faith did all this right here. We built this area, I don't know, a couple years ago, and that was for Debbie, a little shed, and then we got all my junk over there in that garage thing. And then whenever we was going to get the chickens, what we did is we just brought this fencing over. We had this fencing from before, so we brought all this fencing over from our property next door. Just started making this area here. There's a lot of a lot of pigeons that hang out over here, so we put all this chicken wire everywhere. That way the pigeons can't get in, but they still get in right here. Nobody's done nothing about that yet, but we got to leave that somewhat open because we got to go in and out right here. And then we had the turkeys over there and all the ducks on that side over there. And here about a month ago, Debbie just started expanding over here. And she built all this right here. That way she could have all the animals over here. It was kind of a pain in the butt. She was having to power wash from over there. And you got to power wash every day. They get this poop everywhere. So she was power washing from way over there all the way over here. And then our low spot is right here in front of the RV. You can see where it's pooling up right now. So by her moving everything over here, she doesn't have to power wash that much. She can get her job done real quick, you know. Maybe 15, 20 minutes you can power wash everything.
Oh, yeah. 15, 20 minutes, yeah. But cleaning the pools is a little longer.
Yeah, it takes a while to clean the pools. But then over here we've got a drain over here, sewer drain right there. Whenever I built this house, we built this house in I got a sewer drain out here. My dad's RV used to be right here before he passed away. So I got sewer drain there, sewer drain here, and then a sewer drain right there. So I got 3 outside sewer drains. Whenever you build your own house, you can kind of think about putting extra stuff in. So I built this outdoor kitchen. Let's see, probably 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And then I added this room addition on. Yeah, at least, I think around 2011, 2012, I was working in California. I remember doing that. So this is 10 to 12 years old. That's 15 to 20 years old over there. And the house, I built the house in, I started in 2004 building the house. And I spent 2 years building the house. So 2004 to 2006. There's some raised bed gardens I just put in. I just got planted about a week ago. Cucumbers, zucchinis, some carrots, cilantro, and broccoli. Then I got some melons planted over there, but I don't know if they'll grow. And I got a couple rows of tomato plants. They probably won't grow though. It's kind of late in the season. Tomatoes like that heat, but we'll see. So here's the main house. This is my little podcast room where I do all my editing and everything. Master. That's the game room here that we had. That was Faith's bedroom whenever she was growing up. And then I used to use this for an office and my workout room. I have my heavy bag hanging right here. I could kick the bag and hit the bag. I moved all that out into the garage. Nice living room here. Like I said, it's nice whenever you build your own house. You can kind of do whatever you want to do. So the way I came up for the design for this is I knew what the setbacks were for the city and everything, what dimensions I could build. So I went with a 1,500 square foot floor plan. And I went down to Lowe's and I was looking through their book, like a home and garden book, and it had different floor plans on it. And I found a floor plan for a house that was 50 feet wide or long, whichever, and then 30 feet deep. So there's your 1,500 square foot. And then I wanted a large living room. I wanted a large entryway. So what I did with this is I pushed this, all these walls were supposed to be right here. So I pushed that over further, went with the pot shelves, and then the hot water heater's in that little cubby right there. And then all this wall was over about 6 feet, about where this one was, so the living room would have been about 6 feet smaller here, and including that would have been about 8 feet altogether. So I pushed those walls back, and I left this here, that way I could partition off the kitchen, and that way you didn't see the kitchen as you walked in, but you could see everything else would be grand whenever you walked in. And then I did the cantilever ceilings here to change that up. It was all 8-foot ceiling, but I went ahead and did 50% of the house with the vaulted ceiling. And you can see the pot shelves I did up here. And then I went ahead and put an archway in. I wanted to make that kind of neat going down the hallway, so I built an archway there. And then nice dining room and kitchen. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Tina. So we made a nice, comfortable home, and then this was the back patio and everything before, and then I built on a 16 feet deep by, I think it's about probably 32 feet long. So it's 16 by 28 on the family room area, and then I built a bathroom laundry room on the back side. I can't go in there. We've got a friend of ours that's staying back there right now. There's only one thing about this house whenever I build it. Well, two things. I wish I would have listened to Debbie on. First thing I wish I would have listened to Debbie on is, you can see where I stamped this floor? After everything was done and the house was framed up and everything, and I was ready for the floor, and I went ahead and did an overlay here, which I do concrete, so I did an overlay on this. It's a 3/8 inch, about the same as your tile thickness. And then I did the saw cuts, stamp, and the collar. And then I did an epoxy sealer over the top. But number one, Debbie wanted me to stamp the whole floor of the whole house, and I wish I would have. Number two, when I did go with flooring after I stamped and stained the living room, I went with this cheap tile, and I wish I hadn't done that. I'm trying to build the house out of pocket, so I went on a budget. I'd save up $3,000 or $4,000 and then do another phase of the project. So I went with this cheap tile, and I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I would have just saved a little bit more money and did some 18-inch tiles in here. So I've thought about tearing this all out and redoing it. Yeah, the wives are usually right if we would just listen to them. I can say that because she's outside right now. And she doesn't watch the videos for the most part, unless I show her something. So, yeah, she was definitely right about this. So, you can see I did all this tile all the way through the house. So, I wish I would have done that different and saved a little bit more money, but I got in a hurry and I did it like that. So, I may tear this tile out someday and possibly either, I don't know if I'll stamp it because that's expensive, but I may put some 18-inch tile in. I'm just going to leave that up to Debbie, whatever she wants to do. So, there's Baby, our traveling dog. What's up, boy? What's up, boy? So anyways, let's go back outside and see how Debbie's doing. As you can see outside, everything's concrete. Imagine that. So yeah, the two main things I wanted to do was a big living room, and then I wanted to do a big master with a big master bath with a huge walk-in shower with the his and hers. So I got my side shower real tall. I made it for basketball player in case I ever sold the house to a basketball player. And then we got that side over there for Debbie. So that's really cool. Watch out for that snake. Just hanging around by the back door, keeping me on my toes. Who you got there, Nugget? Look at this. There's Nugget.
That's my nugget.
Yeah, dark vinyl would be nice in there, Steve. I can't talk about the flooring anymore. Debbie's out here, or I'm out here with Debbie. I was just telling the folks that there's two things different I wish I would have done about the house. First off, would have been to stamp the whole floor like you said. And then second, even though we didn't stamp the whole floor, whenever I did the overlay, I wish I would have saved a little bit more money as I was doing the tile and did at least 18-inch tiles instead of the 12-inch cheap tiles. So.
Yeah.
So listen, baby, you were right.
I was right.
Like usual.
I was right.
So you get it all cleaned up?
We're getting there. Trying to get everything out of the way.
Why?
Every day I gotta come out here and pick shit up, move shit so I can get it in the way. Get it out of the way.
Who's shedding all them feathers?
All of them do. Every day.
Jeez.
Every day.
So,
in the summertime they lose feathers, in the wintertime they lose feathers. They get new feathers twice a year.
oh, okay, so they're doing their little,
Yeah.
shedding their little summer feathers right now. Getting ready to grow them warm ones back in.
Yep.
What'd you do, throw a bunch of food out on the concrete?
No, they just shuffle through all that.
Oh, okay.
And Daffy gets the zoomers sometimes.
Yeah, Steve.
You know what the zoomers are?
The Zoomers?
Yeah, she gets the zoomers.
Is this?
She zooms around in the water.
Oh, okay.
Running like she's in the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go R-rated on me there for a second.
No, she zooms around the concrete.
This
splashing the water.
is a, would you rate our channel as a G-rated, PG, R-rated? What would you say?
I would rate her a genius.
Between a G and a PG, I think.
Yeah. A PG with parallel guidance.
Yeah, I'm G and you're PG.
Yes. But what do you do with the sprayer? Oh, I see it.
Holy smokes, Tina. What's the matter with you? Tina was out cutting the grass and caught a bird.
Get out of
And
here.
feathers went everywhere. Oh, man.
Ran over the bird?
Yeah, she ran over it.
Aw. You ain't allowed at my house.
You hear that, Tina? You're not allowed to cut the grass at our house.
I got too many ducks.
No riding lawnmowers here. You can run the power washer, though. I think that was genius how Debbie put that plank across from the two pools. I think that's so awesome, honey. I think that's so awesome, that plank.
Yeah. I had to do that because when they were babies and they were over there, they couldn't get in the pool. Here, she got the zoomers. You see her? They're zoomers. That's the zoomers.
Okay. So anything happening this weekend for anybody? We are planning on, well, I don't know if Debbie will. She went out with me today to the RV show. We had an RV show over at South Point Casino. I'll put that together here in the next couple days. tomorrow and Saturday they're having a car show over here in Henderson, so I always like going to the car show. Hey Ken, how you doing? Welcome in. We're just out here. Debbie's cleaned out all the duck ponds and all the chicken stuff, duck stuff left all over the place. Talking about weekends. I don't know, I just watched a short of yours, Ken, this morning. I didn't know if you were taking a trip this weekend or maybe that was the last trip you took, but you did a short off of it. Yeah, I agree, Tina. We love going to the RV shows. You know, just in case we hit the lottery one of these days, we're going to need to know what we want to spend our money on. That way we've already got it planned out. Trucking down the highway today, huh? Yeah, my dad retired. He's a retired Teamster. He was his terminal, main terminal that he came out of was Chicago, but their main terminal was out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. He drove since he was 16 years old, from 16 to 65. So he had a long career of driving. For the most part, most of his life he spent over there in about 5 states. You know, in his early days, he just drove interstate, you know, in Illinois, and then he went to work for LCL Transit, which hauled a lot of craft food, so they would drive between Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, and I don't know if they did Minnesota, but they stayed back there for the most part. I tried driving for about maybe 6 months whenever I was in Illinois. I was 19 years old, and I got a job with Solo Cup Company. You guys all know Solo Cup. They have one of their main places back there in Urbana, Illinois. But anyways, I drove a truck for them for about 6 months. One summer I was living back there. I enjoyed it, but I'd already gotten my feet wet in concrete, and I made good fast money in concrete, so I just stayed with that until about a year ago. So anyways, this weekend I'm going to be doing the car shows. Starting next week, our videos are mostly of me going to Sturgis. I took a buddy of mine up to Sturgis. He had never been before, and he just bought him a brand new road glide, so I took him up to Sturgis, and we went around Sturgis, Deadwood, Mount Rushmore, Keystone, Crazy Horse, Rapid City, and then of course downtown Sturgis. One of my granddaughters is working out at the Buffalo Chip. Her grandmother on her other side has they sell patches, and then they sew them on right there. So they're vendors, and they travel all over the United States. So went to see one of my granddaughters. You guys get a chance to meet her on the channel here in a couple weeks, whenever that video comes up. So for the next 30 days is all my videos, or a lot of videos of South Dakota. Debbie didn't get to travel with me this summer. We're usually traveling together in the RV, but this summer she had some medical stuff going on, so she stayed home and took care of her medical stuff. And a couple of her sisters came out, one from California and one from Arizona, and visited with her various times. About done there, babe?
I'm real close. We got over there, we got a whole swoop. Take a bug to get it out.
It looks like you got enough water out there to
Yeah, I think we're gonna
fill Lake Mead back up.
I think we're gonna have to quit for a while. But I think we got shit over there.
Yep.
That's good, buddy. What's up, baby? Let me get this out.
So anybody got any plans for the weekend? What's going on? Yeah, Steve, I'll tell you what, I've been, even after I retired, you know, I had a few friends that still want me to do stuff, you know. And I got to sell all my tools or give them away, man. That way, if I ain't got no tools, I can't do any work. That's what they say, right?
Are you coming out?
Are you done in there?
I'm done in there. I gotta
Okay.
feed them and that's it.
All right. There, I'm trying to get rid of them things.
Mommy duck's out.
Oh, you're doing the homecoming football this weekend. Nice. Love the football games.
Do you know where the duck is?
No, mommy duck.
Ken, you got a lot of grass to mow. I don't know how much property you got there, but it looks big. About time to get these e-bikes cleaned back up. Go hit the trails. That's my next door neighbors, one of my friends. I got to work on his ignition switch. That's for the grandkids to play on.
You show him the Black Widow?
Where's the Black Widow?
It's under the trailer.
Oh, I don't want to know about no Black Widow. Just kill it.
I don't know, it keeps saying it's every time I come in here. But it's right here, that's its web.
Oh, nice. I like that '08 Ultra. I just sold a '08 Ultra to one of my buddies. Yeah, I did a concrete job for not all of it, but most of the payment on it. I went over to bid a job, and the guy, he couldn't ride anymore. He got some medical stuff, you know, so he couldn't ride anymore. And he had that Ultra in the garage there, and asked him how much he wanted for it. So we worked a deal out on it. That's the second motorcycle I had done that with. I did a job for a motorcycle company here in Henderson back in about 1999, and traded a guy for an old hardtail shovel head. 3 acres, that'll keep you busy, Ken. 3 acres is good size, man. I think we want, I'll tell you what, 3 acres would probably be plenty for us. I'm looking for something around 5 or 10 acres, though, between 5 and 10. But 3 would be plenty to do what we do, you know, and we can maintain it too. If I do 5 to 10, what I want with that is I want something with some trees too, you know, to where I could get my own firewood. So right now we got most of the animals we want, or at least the types of animals we want. And then the only thing besides the ducks and the chickens is I'm going to start doing meat birds in about a month. I'm going to get some meat birds, probably start off with about, I don't know, 15 maybe. And then I started some gardening. I just planted my fall garden. And then other than that, other than all the birds, I like to do a couple of pigs at least once a year, and then one beef, one cattle once a year, at least once a year. Start off with that and then see where I go from there. So 3 acres would be plenty for what I'm talking about, but if I did 5 to 10, that'd be because I want to get some trees and whatnot, you know, that way I can be a little more self-sufficient with having my own firewood. 12 Stones, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Hey, did you guys have that festival again this year down there in Mount Vernon? What was that called? The Pine Cone Fest? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Steve, with wearing out your joints, man. You know, there's times with that road glide, I start pulling up to the stoplight and I can sure feel the pain, mostly in my knees. All them years on my knees, you know, whenever I started out, the guys told me that, you know, the old guys told me, they said, man, you need to get some knee pads. I was tough, you know, young and tough, young and dumb. Well, I paid the price. They already knew. I got a friend that just moved down to just outside of Tucson. I think they went I want to say they went southeast, just the opposite of where you're at, Steve. I think they went southeast. Then Debbie's got a niece over there. Her husband's with the Border Patrol, so they're just south of Tucson in that one little city down there. That whole community that they live in is all Border Patrol guys. Robert, what's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. You know what? I'm worried about that on my right hand too. Right here in my thumb joint is getting real bad. I had to start doing some small weights to keep myself in shape. Okay, so that Pine Cone Fest is the 13th through 16th. Is that what you're talking about? We're not going to make that because this weekend I'm doing a car show in Henderson, and then next weekend I'll be down in Kingman for the Route 66. It's a vintage RV show and whatnot over on Route 66, Kingman, Arizona. I've already got those planned. We're not going to head back out in the RV on any big traveling until I'm hoping we can cut out March 1st and head straight to Daytona Beach, or, well, you know, as straight as possible, Interstate 10. And then I'll stop in a couple places where I got some friends on the way down. Maybe we'll stop by and see you, Ken. That'd be neat. Come by and meet you. That is, if we don't meet you down in Quartzsite this year. I wanted to meet you guys last year in Quartzsite. We went down for about 3 days and then headed over to Mesa. Hey, what are you doing? Knock it off. I know them's chicken legs, but you don't get to eat them. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get down either Quartzsite and meet you, or on our way towards Daytona, but Texas, yeah, I can't remember. We're probably, let's see, I think the Pine Cone Fest was about 1,000 miles maybe from where we're at here in Las Vegas, somewhere around there. So if we did that, you know, it would just be basically down and back. Last year we did it with our friends Tina and Randy, which you seen on earlier, Tea with Tina on Tuesdays, and then Randy, and they've got the other channel, RV Adventures with Randy and Tina, and that's how we went down there. They'd come out here to Las Vegas, and we met them up here, and they invited us to go to that, so we both took our RVs down there, and then Debbie and Tina planned the whole trip, and we did the Pine Cone Fest, and then we went on down to Magnolia Beach down there, South Texas, towards Corpus Christi. And then while we were down there, we went to Corpus Christi and had a good time down there. But yeah, we did a whole plan for that trip. You know, we did like a 3 or 4 week trip on that one. Had a good time. So, you know, if I'd have known a month or two back, you know, that would have been different. I did a lot of traveling this year. I've been to Washington and back on the motorcycle, Illinois and back, and then Sturgis and back, and then down to Phoenix and back a couple times. I think I put about 8,000 miles on the bike this year. Where you at, babe? They left me. We almost got to meet Ken this year, or I did whenever I went out to Illinois here in July. All those videos just now finished up from my Illinois trip. I'm about a month or two behind on videos. Had so much action this summer. Go find my wife. I better check on them doggone ribs too. I was gonna smoke the ribs, but I didn't think I was gonna have enough time because here's my smoker. I didn't think I was gonna have enough time because I got a meeting at 5 today. So I just threw the ribs in the oven instead. Oh, how did we get the trailer in there? Oh my gosh, you didn't see the gates, huh? No. Taking a little detour back outside for a minute. I didn't show the whole setup over here, I guess. Must be a concrete guy that lives here. So anyways, this all comes in these double gates right there. I got a quick story. You guys remember the Kool-Aid man, how he would break through walls and everything? Well, this fence right here, this block right here, used to go all the way down the side. Well, it still does go all the way down the side. But I built a, I moved it over a foot and built a whole block wall. See how this goes all the way down the side? My neighbor here, he's an asshole. And, anyways, sorry about that, guys. Anyways, I'm out here. The way this property is I got 2 lots here, or a lot and a half. This used to be a street that ran through here. And then this property here, there used to be a mobile home here whenever I bought this. And I was filling up this property here. I brought a bobcat home and everything. And I'm out here leveling out and grading and everything with my bobcat. And I come over here and where that other fence is on the other side, I hit that bottom block. Those are 6-foot slats. So I hit that bottom and it just kind of broke in half like this. You know, it kind of bent in from the bobcat bucket hitting it. And my neighbor was outside and he started yelling, man. He just started flipping out and everything. I said, Willie, I'll fix it, man. I had, the same fence was on the back out there before I put this new one on. I said, I'll just take a couple of slats from out back and I'll put it over here and it'd be okay. He just kept flipping out, man. And I'll tell you, I snapped. And I just took that bobcat and I drove it right through that block wall like the Kool-Aid man and busted the whole wall through. I said, there you go, you son of a beep, beep, beep. And he just tripped out. He ran in his house and called the police. And in the meantime, I had taken and cleaned up, I think there was six rows. And I cleaned up those 6 rows that I busted out. And I went back in the back and I put 6 brand new ones in there. So by the time the police got here, I already had the block wall back up. And, you know, anyways, long story short, nothing happened. And I repaired the wall. And that was whenever I still drank. You know, that was back in the 90s. And I still drank. And I didn't take crap from nobody. And then I remember whenever I got sober. And, hi, honey. Telling stories about me driving through Willie's and our block wall like the Kool-Aid man. So anyways, whenever I got sober, you know, part of my thing was trying to make amends and make things right for the damages I'd done throughout my life, you know.
Look in the flower bed.
And I remember after I was sober for 2 or 3 years and hadn't caused any trouble around the neighborhood here, I caught Willie outside one day and I wanted to apologize and told him, hey, oh wow, look at that. Told Willie, hey, I want to apologize for all my antics, you know, whatever, over the years. And, you know, let him know I quit drinking and everything. And I remember one of the questions he asked me, he says, Kenny, are you glad you quit drinking? I just looked at him and I said, Willie, you're glad I quit drinking. And that was the end of that. Now, we never did become friends or anything, but at least we could tolerate each other. So that was my Willie story. Hey, Randy, you know how I am. Well, how I used to be. I still really don't take any crap from anybody. But I'm not out there giving anybody any crap either, so. Got a new attitude.
I just slipped my shoes on.
Okay, honey, you tell the truth.
I do tell the truth.
Am I a better man for not drinking?
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's check those. Here, let's check those ribs and see how they're doing.
Yeah, you just go ahead and check them ribs. Or did you want me to open the oven?
Oh, okay. You're talking about the hitch on that. Yeah, it is on that side. So what I did is I pulled that in with our Jeep in the backyard there, and then there's a wheel that you can put underneath the front of that hitch. So we put the wheel on there, and then we just pushed it up there, rolled it up. Did you check these? I didn't even notice.
I opened the oven, but it was covered.
You opened the oven?
Yep, I opened the oven.
Here.
It's covered, so I didn't do anything.
Yeah, guys. Gotta get my glove on. How's that look?
It's yummy.
Oh man, we're gonna have to crank that up a little bit. All right. I usually smoke them on 275, so I thought I'd throw them in here at 275, but I see that's not gonna work. What do you think? What do you think, honey?
No, yeah, you gotta go higher.
How much higher?
I'd say 400.
400?
Yeah.
All right, leave me a comment. What do you guys think? What should I be cooking these ribs at in the oven? Debbie says 400. I smoke them at 275. That's smoking them. That's a big difference. Debbie's been right about everything else, so.
No, I'm not saying I'm right. I don't
Well,
know.
I think 400 is going
Take
to
a guess.
get it going a lot better. 2 minutes for you, Steve, huh? Tina says 350.
Tina's probably right.
Debbie says Tina's probably right. What do you think? 375? Right in the middle?
Right.
Right in the middle? All right, 375 it is. I gotta clean up my breakfast dishes.
Yeah.
What?
You make it sound like you do it all the time.
I do cook all the time. I cook breakfast every day almost.
Yeah, and you never clean up.
Oh, okay. Where am I at?
In my living room or my dining room.
There we go. There I am. What's up, people? Appreciate you guys joining in today. We've been on here just over an hour. And let's see, I got some stuff to do, huh?
No, just cook.
Oh, she says all I gotta do is cook. Well, I better get to cooking then.
No, open these curtains, okay?
Yeah, you do, Tina. You women. Always sticking together. That's good, though. Anyways, I'm going to get off here. Been on here for a while.
Only the good women stick together.
Debbie says only the good women stick together. She says there's some other kinds out there, but we're not going to talk about that. That's right, Ken. All right, guys. Appreciate that. Should be ready by 4, Steve. I got a meeting at 5, so I need to eat by 4, one way or another. And if the
boogers today.
If the ribs aren't ready, then I'm gonna eat a bologna sandwich. So them ribs better get to cooking. Thanks again, guys. I'll be live this weekend from the car show. Friday, probably around 6:30, or Saturday, one of the two. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. God bless.
So